Good evening, hello and welcome to Little Likac, the 12 days of cast ons, and today is day 2. So welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Amanda. It is Christmas Day and I am at my parents-in-law's house. This isn't where I usually film from. So I already pre-recorded an introduction to today's cast on, so I'm going to show you that first and then I'll show you the progress I have made today. So today I am going to be prepping the materials for cast on number 2, and cast on number 2 is the Litmus Cowl. And the Litmus Cowl is a design by Jude from Stranded Dye Works, and he designed this a few years ago when he had got a 5-gram mini skein kit, rainbow mini skein kit, and he wanted to use it, and he did like a cowl, kind of, I would say like an infinity cowl, using those colours. Now I am going to be using an advent set that I was gifted last year. This was dyed for me specially by the lovely Nancy, and she did it on a Winnie the Pooh theme, and so I am going to be using the Winnie the Pooh bag. Isn't this beautiful? This Winnie the Pooh project bag is going to be the project bag that I'm going to use. I need to double check what size needles that I need for the Litmus Cowl. I'm going to guess it's probably 3.5mm and a circular needle, and so I think I'll probably be using, I have got a cheap set that I bought from Amazon of just a cheap fixed circular needles, 3.5mm. I think they're 16-inch, would that sound about right? So I'm assuming that's what I'm going to need, and I will dig those out and put them in the project bag, because this project bag then will be opened up on Christmas Day, and I will start the Litmus Cowl. The yarn that I'm going to be using, the main skein, which will be the contrast colour, or the neutral colour, is actually from Knitology. The colourway is Silt, and it is 70% superwash merino wool, 20% nylon, 10% stellina. So it has got a sparkle. It's not the sparkliest of sparkles, but it has got a sparkle, and it's got a little bit of like black and grey speckles. So very simple. That's going to be the main skein. So I do need to wind that as well. I've just found that I've got in here from last year still these gorgeous Winnie the Pooh stickers. Need to put those on something. There's a really cute little piglet pin badge as well. And then all the yarns are currently in this bag. Anyway, so in here we have all the beautiful colourways that were dyed by my friend Nancy. So in a second I'm going to get them all out, and then I'm going to try and put them into order. And what's really irritating is I know that one time I already went through these and sort of like laid them out in an order, but I don't know what that order was. So then I think I'm going to thread them through some string or something like that, so that I've got them, can keep them in the order that I want to use them. So I'm thinking I'm going to have a little play. It may be that I look at some kind of almost like rainbow effect with them. Don't know, going to get them all out and have a little play. So you can watch me doing that if you like. Woohoo. Okay, so I have cut off some string for this. All right, and we're going to start with this first one, beautiful pink, which is Eeyore's birthday balloon. The next one is this paler pink, and it is Trespasser's William. Then we've got this even paler pink, which is Piglet. Then this one was Blustery Day. Then we go into browner colours. This is the Honey Pot. This is Roo. And if you don't know Winnie the Pooh, Roo, there is Kanga and Roo. So Roo is the little Joey, the baby kangaroo. And this, I believe, is Kanga, and she's the mummy kangaroo. Then we have another character one. This is Owl. And Owl is a great character. He thinks he's very wise and clever, and everybody thinks he's very wise and clever, but he probably is the cleverest in 100 Acre Wood, but he's not really that clever. This is Haycorn. One of the magic things about Winnie the Pooh is how some of it is almost in child speak, and so instead of acorn, it's haycorn. This is Honey, spelled Hunny, because I think that's how Owl spells it. And also Christopher Robin, the child in Winnie the Pooh, is only a young child as well, so when he writes things he sometimes spells them wrong. This is Winnie the Pooh himself, the most lovable teddy bear in children's literature. Oh, I don't know, there is Paddington as well. Don't know that. Okay, equal. Winnie the Pooh is equally the most lovable bear in children's literature, equal with Paddington. Okay, then we have this one, going into oranges. Now this is Africa. I have a feeling there's something to do, so quite often they go on expeditions in Winnie the Pooh, so that might have been where they've been on an expedition to Africa. This, of course, is Tigger, probably the most famous tiger in children's literature. Then we have You Never Can Tell with Bees, which is a quotation that Winnie the Pooh says one time when he is trying to decide how to get to the honey. This one is Rabbit, and Rabbit is a perpetual worrier in the Winnie the Pooh stories. He's always worrying. He's not the nicest of characters either, Rabbit, because there's one time where he decides that they need to get rid of Tigger, and he tries to get Tigger lost in the woods. This is the Spotted or Herbaceous Baxen, which I think is a plant, or the name that they give a plant in the stories, if I remember rightly. This is 100 Acre Wood, which is where all the animals live in Winnie the Pooh. I'm sure most people know this, but you never know. And this is Christopher Robin. So he is the child in Winnie the Pooh, and all the animals are actually his stuffed toys. This is Lost in the Mist. I don't remember actually which story that one comes from. So the actual writer A.A. Milne had a child, a son called Christopher Robin. This is called You Don't Get Honey with Balloons. Oh, that will be when Winnie the Pooh was trying to get up into the tree where the honey is, and he uses a balloon to float up into the air to the tree, to the top of the tree. So yes, anyway, A.A. Milne had a son called Christopher Robin. Christopher Robin had these stuffed animals, and A.A. Milne wrote these stories about the animals. This is the East Pole, because they go on an expedition. I think they go on an expedition to the North Pole, and then there is mention of the East Pole, or they might have gone on an expedition to the South Pole. So of course, children's logic, if there's a North Pole and a South Pole, why wouldn't there be an East Pole? This one is Thistle. I have a feeling Eeyore the donkey likes to eat thistles, or even if he doesn't like to eat thistles, that's what he does eat. Eeyore the donkey is a little bit of a depressive. He's always a bit miserable and sad, and In fact, this one is called Eeyore's Gloomy Place, because that's where Eeyore lives, in a gloomy place, and he's a very gloomy character, but he's also very lovable. Then another grey, this is Eeyore, the donkey. And then I think we're on to the last one. Yes, the last one. Grey with a little bit of brown. This one is Heffalumps and Woozles. And Heffalumps are obviously a creature a little bit like elephant, maybe. And Woozles possibly might have been Christopher Robin's name for a weasel, who knows. So there we go. Isn't it going to look, let me just try and spread those out a little bit. Isn't it going to look absolutely beautiful? So Nancy, thank you so much. This is going to make an amazing Litmus Cowl. And I want to cast this on already. And I don't get to cast this one on till next week, till Christmas Day. And it starts with a provisional cast on as well. So I guess that's the other thing I'll need to put in my bag then, is a crochet hook to go in with it as well. Would be sensible, wouldn't it? So this is going to be number 2. So we will attach number 2 to the project bag. Oh, I've got a stitch marker in there. That's probably one of the ones from my advent calendar last year. Oh well, we can leave that in there maybe as a stitch marker to use for this project. Although actually there are some lovely stitch markers on here already, like there's this honey one, so I may well use that. Okay, so that is going in to the project bag for cast on number 2. I need to remember to wind that before Christmas Day. And let's attach the tag. So we have day 2 attached, ready for the Litmus Cowl. Okay, yeah, so you can see then I put together all the minis, and we drove over to my parents-in-law this morning. We left about 9:30, so I did the provisional cast on in the car on the way over, and started with the sparkly yarn, and got my daughter to wind a couple of the minis ready for me, and this is the progress I have made so far. So not a lot of progress. It is about 7 o'clock in the evening, so I will probably carry on working on this evening. It's a really great project though, for having a few glasses of Prosecco and not having to do anything other than count the rows. And I'm using my Christmas tree needle stoppers as well. So yeah, so I'm really not going to record very much tonight, because obviously I'm here on Christmas Day. Excuse me. We have had a lovely day. We have had Christmas dinner. We got up very, very early this morning because youngest daughter, who works in healthcare, she was actually working this morning and needed to leave at about 6:15. So we got up at 5:30 with her and opened sort of like stocking presents, as we call them, first thing. And then we, my husband, other daughter and myself drove over here. while the younger daughter was working, and she drove over and joined us as well. So we had Christmas dinner, had a little snooze, just watched Doctor Who. We're going to have a few little bits for tea, and yeah, I'm going to carry on working on this, and it's all I brought over with me actually to work on, because there wasn't a lot of room in the car. So I'm going to work on this, and tomorrow before we go back home I'll be carrying on working on that, and then later tomorrow I will be casting on day number 3. So this little vlog won't go up till Boxing Day, 26th of December, because I won't edit it and put it up here. So this will go on the 26th of December, and then day 3 may be the day after, so I might be a day behind on the actual uploading videos, but I'm sure you don't mind. Hope you've all had a wonderful Christmas day, and I will see you soon.